My name is Shelley Appleton. Welcome to my training insight. This is Issues with the Bit and Contact, episode 2. We're looking at steering issues. So it's common for people to come to me struggling with steering issues with their horse. The horse might fight the rein, or it doesn't guide well, and it can have other presentations. Like people might say, look, it turns one way really well, but on one rein it's really bad, or I struggle with corners, or I struggle doing circles this way, etc. The horse can also be anxious and rushy, or it might be threatening, defensive, and refusing to move forward. So the first thing I do is test the horse's response to lateral flexion. So I'll get the rider to pick up one rein at a time, and I watch to see how the horse follows and releases pressure. Now, it's very typical, as with this example here that I've got, that the owner will tell me that the horse does this really well, like the lateral flexion is really good and light and responsive. So in this video, the horse had a common issue that I see with many that present with steering and anxiety issues. The horse actually hasn't learnt to follow the feel of the reins and allow itself to be guided by the bit. Instead, it's actually identified or thinks that when the rider picks up, so just say the bit's in the mouth, and when the rider picks up one rein and they feel that pressure on the mouth, okay, or the rein, or they can even feel the rein being moved, is that they'll feel that and they'll just fling their head around and touch the rider's boot or stirrup or some part of the saddle, okay? So what the horse has actually identified, instead of following this feel and allowing itself to be guided or guiding itself on the line, of the feeling that's been applied to its face, it feels that and it just thinks it's got to fling its head around and touch the boot. Okay, so I call that targeting. So the horse isn't following the feel of the rein. So when a horse does this, they haven't identified this feeling that they're meant to follow, okay, that's created by the reins and allowing themselves to be guided. So what they do instead is they brace and they fight the feeling, and also they get very frustrated because, and the person will typically complain that the horse, bites at their foot. Okay, it's biting at the foot because the horse has identified or thinks that's the answer. And when the rider keeps pulling or changing directions, they'll get frustrated and they'll try to, target even more. And sometimes that's with teeth. Okay, but it actually causes the horse a lot of discomfort and stress. Hence, it's anxious or defensive, it's rushing, or it's refusing to go forward. So this is some clinic footage. So first of all, we're going to look at it the first time around just at real time, and you can hear me coaching. And then we're going to look at it again, and I'll give a voiceover discussion.
I think missing. I just didn't know how to fix it.
Yeah, I'll show you. Show you what the problem is. He tells you. Now he'll move. Don't worry. You just let him move. No, wait. And just wait, because he's going, let go of me arm. See, I'm even licking your boot now. And he goes, not the answer, my friend. Not the answer. Nope. 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 Nope.
There?
Yep. Yeah. Good. Release. Good job. Okay, so see on this side now he stopped targeting.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, now this one. Yeah, wait. Nah, okay. See, still targets. But that's okay. And release. Okay. All right, we're going to go back this side again. Good. Release. Awesome. Didn't target. Good kid. So this rider presented with, difficulty steering and an anxious horse. So it became quite evident when we did the lateral flexion test that he actually targets. So we're just seeing it in action here. You can see him, we're waiting for him to not target. You can see initially he flicks into what's known as a bit of extinction behavior and tries to actually push the boot and keep pushing because that's what he thinks the answer is. So we just wait for him to stop and he'll cycle through it. And, he'll move his feet, so he's experimenting, trying to work out how to correct it. and then they do. Now, what you'll notice, and really, this all took place in, about a 25-30 minute period, that this horse had complete wrong understanding. But within that time period, we were able to, make inroads into retraining it. So you can see he picked up and worked out he didn't target on the right pretty quick. The left-hand side, he was way more prone to targeting this side, so it took a little bit longer to stop him from doing it. But he learnt it, so, this is big problems horses been having for a long period of time. And you can make these massive inroads into helping it just within, a half an hour period. So how do we correct targeting? Well, you've got to retrain the lateral flexion response. So as you saw in the footage, don't release if the horse touches anything. You wait. You release only when they're waiting and they're mentally still, which you saw in that footage as well. Then once they stop targeting, you start releasing the horse, just following the feel. So you want to really reward them actually being guided and going at the same speed as that feel on their face is, and not rushing it. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel to keep up to date with my training insights. I release them regularly. Also check out my website, Calm, Willing, Confident Horses, for more information on my books, my courses, coaching, blogs, and much more.